Hi Taurus, welcome to your June 2020 Astrology 33 bonus love reading. Thank you to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you interested in booking a personal reading with me, just check out the description of the video for more details there. As far as what we have in front of us, this is what I call the bridge and the gap spread, and the way it works is the cards on the left side represent your energy toward the connection with your main love interest. Cards on the right side represent their energy toward the connection. And these are the past energies, present energies, future energies. Once we get through all those, we'll actually pull some oracle cards to some additional insight. That's where the bridge and the gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Tarot of Sexual Magic. Keep in mind also it's a general reading, so if you feel more like the cards on the left represent the other person's energy and the cards on the right represent your energy, then definitely trust that. But I'll be referring to the cards on the left as your energy, cards on the right as theirs. Alright? So with all that said, past energy on the other side, we have the King of Coins. So this is actually the equivalent of the King of Pentacles, which is the court card for your sign. So this could just be saying that in the past you were feeling confident in yourself around a connection. Could just be saying that you were maybe in your zone, maybe you were feeling some financial stability, confidence in general. And maybe this is also saying, though, that you could have been heavily focused on your finances in the past as well. Past energy on their side, we have the Two of Pentacles and the Empress. So the Empress energy actually points to Taurus energy a lot of times, and with the Two of Pentacles here, which is Capricorn energy, could just be saying that they might have been a bit intimidated by you. You know, and they might have had you up on a pedestal in some way, shape, or form. And the reason I say that is because if we look at the body language of the guy approaching the woman in this card, it looks like he's, a little bit hesitant to actually touch her. So I feel like there could have been some, hesitation on their part. As far as I feel like it wasn't that there wasn't a lack of interest on their part, which we could sometimes see with the Two of Pentacles. I think it was more that, they might have felt like you were out of their league in some way, shape, or form. But that's what I'm seeing there. In the present position, we have the Four of Coins. So this is actually Capricorn energy here, and what stands out to me about this, it could just be saying that you could be reevaluating, where you're placing your energy. And in particular, it could just be saying that, maybe you're starting to question, okay, well, should I focus as heavily on finances as I have been, right? You guys have your ruler, which is Venus, retrograde in your second house of finances, which is the house you guys naturally rule. So there could definitely be a reevaluation of money, how you value it, how you use it, right? What importance it has in your life. So that could be what's going on there. We see that person off in the distance, right? And if we look at her facial expression, she looks pretty disappointed. So maybe you guys are thinking about someone that you might have left behind in pursuit of your career in some way, shape, or form, and maybe now you're reconsidering, was that worthwhile? That could be what's at play there. And for some of you, could just be saying, do you want to invest more energy into the connection too? But for the majority of you, I feel like you're just really reevaluating, okay, was it worth putting as much energy into finances as I have, and should I have maybe placed some more of my energy into other places? Present energy on their side, we have the Ten of Swords. So it looks like they're definitely disappointed around the connection. They might feel that you've completely moved on at this point. So maybe it really was a situation where you guys might have actually moved away for a career opportunity. That's certainly a possibility that could be playing out. And, maybe they're just seeing that in their eyes anyway. It seems like the connection's over. Obviously, if we look at the artwork there, she doesn't look too happy about that. Maybe they've even seen you move on too, since we do see two other people in the background there. So they could just be coming to grips with the fact that maybe you've just kind of left the connection behind. In the future position on your side, we have the King of Staves, which is the equivalent of the King of Wands, and Innocence, which is the equivalent of the Fool card. So this could just be saying we see more King energy here, which is fixed energy, but this is actually the Court card for Leo. So one thing this could be saying is you guys could just be actually deciding to take action and come back toward this person. Because if we look at the positioning in the spread, He's actually looking towards the cards on that side. So could just be saying you're considering taking action, coming back around toward this person. If that's the case, it looks like it could have been a while, because if we think about Leo energy, at least in the northern hemisphere, we think of summer. But then if we look in the background, it looks like all those trees are pretty much, kind of dead, no leaves or anything. So this could just be saying that it's been a long time since you actually might have connected with this person. But with that innocence energy or the fool energy, to me, that represents taking some action towards trying to get the connection back off the ground. And for some of you, this could be a Leo that you're dealing with, possibly, or it could just be saying that it might take up until the time of Leo season, which would be towards the end of July, so maybe another month. But that's what I'm seeing there. And future energy on their side, we have the Knave of Wands. So this is the equivalent of the Page of Wands, and in some way it's similar to the Fool energy. So this could just be saying that if you do actually make that approach, they'll be willing to actually give it another shot as well. So overall, it's a pretty positive card, but keep in mind that we have the Knave here, and then we have the King on your side, so chances are it would have to be you guys would have to at least initiate it, but it looks like it would be met with positive reception overall. Alright, and bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Nine of Staves. So this could just be saying that you're feeling a bit guarded right now, maybe not quite sure which way to move, maybe not ready to move forward yet. But this represents the middle 10 degrees of Sagittarius, and there's actually going to be a full moon eclipse in those degrees around the 5th of June. So maybe you guys will actually get some movement around that time. Maybe it'll give you some clarity, because there's going to be some pretty intense aspects going on there. With your second house, your 11th house, your 8th house. So could be some pretty intense energies there, and maybe that's actually what has you reevaluating the situation, but that's what I see there. Good thing is beneath that we see the Three of Cups, which is a very celebratory energy, and then this also represents the first 10 degrees of Cancer, which would be basically the very beginning of July. So definitely shows some movement coming for you guys soon. And the bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Six of Wands. So this is actually more Leo energy here, so it's definitely at least a possibility some of you guys could be dealing with a Leo, but again, this could just represent how they'll be feeling about the connection. Definitely excited and happy to see you guys come back into the picture. The Six of Wands usually represents a victory, and obviously if they're feeling that Ten of Swords energy currently, but you come back around, we could see where naturally they would feel that way. That's what I see there. And moving on to your Oracle cards. First, we'll see if we get any additional messages from the Mystic Moon Oracle deck here. And for those of you who haven't seen this type of video from me before, I actually do pre-shuffle this deck before I start recording. And what I'm looking for here is just some jumpers. So first I'll be looking for any unspoken messages from you to them, then from them to you. And if I shuffle for a while and nothing pops up, I just move on to the next Oracle deck, since it's just a general reading, but we'll see if we get anything. Okay, nothing coming up yet, but I'll give it a few more shuffles. Alright, nothing there, so next we'll see if we get any unspoken messages from them to you. Okay, nothing coming up here yet either, but I'll give a few more shuffles, just like we did for your side. Alright, nothing coming up there, so we'll move on to the next Oracle deck, which is the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Same situation here, I did pre-shuffle this deck, but here we'll just be looking for one card and then we'll wrap up. Okay, nothing coming up yet. I'll give it a few more shuffles though. Worst case, we will pull a random card here. So we'll see if we get anything. Nope, got one, but it fell. Give me a second. Gotta pick it up. Okay, you guys got Come to the Edge. There's the artwork, and the number is 36. So this kind of reminds me of the Fool card a little bit. So given that you guys have that card, or it's called Innocence in that deck, could definitely be related to that, but we'll see what it has to say. Okay, it says courage, taking a leap of faith, overcoming fear, and accepting risk. The Oracle's message, facing the unknown is the only choice you really have right now if you want to progress. It's okay to be afraid. Now is the time to take a risk that is not calculated, to feel the exhilaration as you ready yourself for a leap of faith. Spirit is present, so let go of fear. You are called to express your true self. Listen to your heart and soul, not your head. Come to the edge and discover that you can fly. You must step into the unfamiliar so that you may find your miracles. So definitely a pretty positive message there, and it does definitely seem to embrace that King of Staves and Fool energy that you guys have in the future position. So hopefully that resonated. All right, the relationship message says it's scary to be truly intimate with someone, to allow him or her to see all of you, especially the parts that you've kept hidden and protected. Now is the time to take that risk and let yourself be seen, truly seen. It's important that you speak up, voice what you need, state who you are, say what you hope for. This is not the time to play it safe, but to take a leap of faith. You will be glad you did. If you're seeking a relationship, the same applies. Take one step towards the gods and they will deliver what you truly desire. So definitely an interesting message there. Like I said, I definitely do see how that resonates with this spread as far as, even if you guys just were more focused on the material world in the past, obviously as earth signs, that kind of comes naturally to you guys. And now you're looking at, all right, I actually want some more romance, some excitement in my life. Looks like it's saying if you take that risk, it will be met with overall positivity. And keep in mind that for some reason you guys feel like a little bit intimidated by the energy. Like I said, and at the very least, it looked like in the past they were definitely a bit intimidated by you. So maybe you guys are both feeling that same energy in that way. But hopefully this resonated with you guys overall. We'll wrap up there and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.